Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, rather. My name is John Moncello from Wallingford, Connecticut, and I do have a political background, at least in my family, and I certainly appreciate probably a tough year for you guys and for the girls. So I certainly appreciate that, and I think this has been a very informative meeting. I'm here because, for one, I am a father of two children. One of them is still in middle school at this time. And the day before this incident at Sandy Hook occurred, I was in Alaska giving out presents to the local residents, the remote residents from a Black Hawk helicopter that our company sponsored. But I'm here coming to you from the point of view that I am a father of children, and I also am a gun owner. And I see the importance of both sides of this conversation. And mostly in the last few years, I've come to realize the importance of the Second Amendment, and I do not want that tarnished. People have given me other options. They've talked about mental illness, and I'm the good guy with the gun.
Sir, I ask you to confine your comments to how this ordinance might impact you in the town of Weston.
I'm not sure what you mean, how it might impact me in the town of Weston?
For example, the gentleman who just spoke before that had said that he had concerns that if he was driving through Weston with a gun, how might that be a problem for him?
Okay, I don't have concerns about me, myself, in the town of Weston, but I have concerns about how the town of Weston is going to affect the rest of this nation.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. When I walked in, I think you can hear me.
Can you please approach the microphone and state your name and address for your recording? Thank you.
My name is Jack Bowen. I'm from Fairfield, Connecticut. When I came in and the things I've read, I wasn't expecting the level of approach that I've heard from you people, and it's very refreshing because it wasn't what I expected. However, the first words out of your mouth, man, we're talking about how you've been attacked in emails, phone calls. I think part of the problem is it goes to the issue of credibility. These people here, most people that own firearms, anybody familiar with firearms, knows the definition of an automatic weapon, machine gun, or a revolver, and a rifle. And when you put this thing out, take a slingshot, BB gun, a firearm, or you come up with your own definitions for what are already accepted definitions.
That's why we're looking to change that, because that was created in 1990. So what we want to do, what we're hoping to do is make it consistent with state statute, because you're absolutely correct.
When your statute was 1990, the Federal Firearms Act, people keep referring to automatic weapons. The Federal Firearms Act of 1934, amended in, I believe, the 80s or 90s, banned the ownership and manufacture of machine guns. It's not even a talking point, but we're continually berated with this. And people who don't know, a lady over here who was left made a comment about publishing the names of people who own firearms because she's in fear for her children and doesn't understand why anyone would not want to register their gun. You can't buy a gun in Connecticut without registering it unless it's a person-to-person transfer. These are non-issues that people are talking about. The assault weapons thing. Everybody's gone crazy because it's black plastic and it looks nasty. Just look at any statistics. How many assault weapons are used in crime? Drug gangs, gang wars. Our problem, your problem, where we live is Norwalk, Bridgeport, Stamford. And when you pick up one of those papers every day, there's a shooting, but it's not with an assault rifle. It's illegal, unregistered, stolen guns.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
I just wanted to pick up on one of your comments and score something out of the paper this morning. Just the headline. Even defining assault weapons is complicated and politicized in fight over ban. So you're highlighting an issue which is definitional, There is not agreement, and that's why the.
Yes, sir, but I wasn't talking about just assault weapons.
I understand that, but I think.
In here, you lump machine guns, rifles, pistols, basic definitions.
Yeah, and
I don't
that's-
think there's
I wanna-
anybody, the most conservative person in here is gonna see a slingshot or a BB gun as a firearm. It's not.
And as you noted, and I appreciate your comments, those were written in 1990.
Okay.
They're not our words.
But the real comment was to say to the lady here, I think some of the vitriol, excuse me? All right, madam, what would make you that? Madam First Selectman, is that okay? I think, all I was trying to say to you is I think some of the vitriol you saw was from people from, as you said, you got it from all over the place. When they saw that, it was, oh my God, obviously these people don't know anything about guns that wrote this, and it's an overreach. I think that's why you saw such a strong reaction. That's all.
Correct, because that's what the NRA chose to put out there, so thank you for your comments.
You're welcome.
Sir?
I'm sorry, I can say this, this is what the NRA.
Sir, if you'd like to speak, you have to wait your turn and approach the microphone. Sir, you have the floor.
My name is Tom Violanti, and I live in New Haven, and I wish I lived in Weston. Well, New Haven, I mean, one of the leading proponents of crime in the street, and I'm a licensed permit holder. But what I wanted to just clarify is if you buy a gun, a handgun especially, in the state of Connecticut, you get 4 bills of sale and one of them goes to the chief. So it's automatic. And long guns are required to have a bill of sale now too. Even though it's not a law, all gun shops do it. And if you go to a reputable gun store, if you buy ammo, they're going to look for your permit. So you guys are on the right track, but you may not need to duplicate the bill of sale.
Thank you, appreciate your comments. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Thank you all for your comments. I think that was incredibly helpful for the Board of Selectmen to hear what you've had to say. I'll now close the public comment session, and we will begin our deliberations. Thank you.
That means they're going to think in there.
They're going to decide.